Hello and welcome. This will be a shorter video, definitely, but it will just be going over the cosmology of a web novel that is free online that I'll link below called Hybrid Mage. For context, everything that I'm about to explain, all of the quotes that I might mention, will be coming from Act 1, Chapter 2, Nil. That's the name of the chapter. I will directly link to that chapter as well as just link to the book itself. The book is free. You don't have to pay for anything. I will be making another video on this, and I might talk to the creator, whose user I will put down in the description below because he has a TikTok user account. But yeah, with all that intro stuff out the way, let's begin. Miss Skyline is asking her class how big the universe is, to which Shion responds infinite in size. Now after this, she says, we all exist inside a universe and timeline that is not only infinite in size, but a part of an infinitely expanding multiverse. So, infinitely expanding, meaning there's an infinite level of increase. And for every passing nanosecond, a whole new universe and timeline is created. It seems to me like a timeline is something of a particular singular universe. However, Miss Skyline goes on to explain how this infinitely expanding multiverse is housed within one of the countless different constructs called realities. Realities expand infinitely as well, and quote, these realities also expand at the same rate as the multiverses they each house within themselves. Realities expand at the same rate because every nanosecond a new multiverse also appears, leading to a reality holding an infinitely increasing number of multiverses. So yeah, kind of crazy, but a little doesn't make sense to me, but it's whatever. So bare minimum, infinite universes. Those infinite universes make up infinitely expanding multiverses, which there are an infinite amount of, which are held within an infinite number of realities. Before someone tries to say, no, it says countless different constructs called realities. No, Miss Skyline directly goes on to state, not only are these realities expanding at an infinite rate to house more and more multiverses, but the number of realities is not finite, but in fact infinite. But is this the end? No, she said, meaning that there's only an infinite amount of realities. Countless versus infinite would be contradictory, seeing as how infinite is being used as a metric for quantifying the amount of universes. Miss Skyline continues that there is seemingly she says, quote, however, seemingly impossible. This is all contained within another construct, Miss Skyline continued. Outside of all of this, this is a construct known as the Beyond. The Beyond houses all realities, standing above and completely transcending them. Novaleios, who's basically the first person, this is a first-person story. He basically says where the so-called god of ethereals dwells, which is in reference to Vero Cosmos, an entity who has the ability to manipulate the laws of the universe. Suffice to say, Novaleios says no one is stronger than him. No one he knows of, I should say. But there haven't been too many characters introduced, but that's a different matter. Suffice to say, the Beyond completely transcends realities. How much is this exactly, though? Okay, let's get into the basics. So the universe is four-dimensional, seeing as how it has a timeline. Now, the multiverse is five-dimensional, seeing as how it contains the universes. Realities are sixth-dimensional. The Beyond is in fact not seventh-dimensional or sixth-dimensional, but rather it's larger than that. Be prepared, because this is about to get wild. quote, "The null in some inconceivable way seems to be larger and more infinite than the infinity of the beyond, and the actual infinity, that is the number of realities." To further continue, the null seems to act like its own reality of sorts that houses the beyond. All the realities and the infinitely expanding multiverses, universes, and timelines, however, nothing exists within this plane, not a single cell, particle, atom, etc., yet it is somehow a plane of existence. This is because it is a plane completely made from ethos itself, which is a type of energy, but I'm not here to go over that sort of stuff. This ethos, however, destroys anything that encounters it, even such things as space, time, concepts, principles, among other things. Because of this, although he discovered its existence, not even Vero Cosmos can enter the null. It's a mystery, as it holds nothing but an ethos that can destroy anything that it touches, while also being more infinite than every construct ever conceived. She then paused for dramatic effect. Mind you, this is the perspective of Nova Leos, so he's saying that she paused for dramatic effect. To further continue, while there's still a lot we don't know about our cosmos, one thing that we do know for sure is that each of these different dimensions don't have the same dimensionality and or status of existence, although some of you may have figured that out. Like a hierarchy, each dimension is higher than the last, with a regular universe at the bottom, then a multiverse, then a reality, then the beyond. Finally, the null being the highest realm currently known. This is not all of the cosmology. It should be noted that the very concept and principles of space-time only stretch up to the realities. In other words, the beyond is completely transcended over those concepts in every sense of the word. So if somehow any of you reach such a realm, don't bother using any spatial or temporal abilities you may have, as nothing will happen and you'll look like an idiot. End quote. I'd like to add that all of this is from Chapter 2. Suffice to say, we have solid scaling for this. So off the get-go, we have the fact that realities contain all dimensionality in space-time as concepts. And so the beyond, which completely is transcended over those concepts in every sense of the word, is outerversal. Now, if the beyond is then transcended to, the beyond, it in some inconceivable way seems to be larger and more infinite than the infinity of the beyond. So that means that it has a gap that is larger than the gap between the beyond and the lower cosmology. So that means that it, in and of itself, must transcend the beyond in a higher fashion that the beyond transcends the rest of the cosmology, meaning another 1A gap. So it's outerversal to something that's outerversal, so high outerversal. So ultimately, in simple terms, universes, 4th dimension, 4D, multiverses, 5D, realities, high hyperversal because it contains the concepts of space and time, which would include higher dimensions. And then the beyond is is just outerversal. The null is then high outerversal. But yeah, that's the simplistics of it all. I'd like to add the fact that this isn't the totality of the cosmology, and there are several realms that are higher than this, and that make this realm way smaller. But for right now, I have all the stuff that I just talked about linked. My Discord server linked in the description probably, if not the pinned comment, or I'll just put all those quotes directly into the description or a pinned comment. If you have any questions, please contact me or contact the guy who wrote this, whose name I will be putting in the description, or TikTok user. But yeah, I'll be putting all the stuff I need to in the description. Have a great day and Happy New Year's.